Hello, it's Rachel. Today's video is an art journal page sponsored by Graphicstock and in the spirit of the Creator to Creator initiative. I'm working in a Strathmore visual journal. This is a 9x12 format with mixed media paper, and I have gessoed the page in advance and now I'm applying 2 coats of Pyrrole Red paint. This is a golden fluid acrylic. Next, I'm adding a layer of golden matte medium, and this is because the golden fluid acrylic paints have a slightly glossy finish to them and I wanted this page to be matte. This is a stencil by Mr. Huey's called Circle Graph Mask. I'm using this with archival ink in red geranium so that I create a very subtle pattern in the background. This is just going to provide some tone on tone interest and texture. These are the images that I've downloaded from the Graphicstock site. I've selected a range of heart images and some text images and borders as well. There is a link in the video description for a free 7-day trial with Graphicstock, and that will give you access to over 350,000 graphics, photos, vectors and more. When you download the images, you often get a choice of what format to save them in. So I chose a simple JPEG format because that's what I find easiest to work with, and I just resized them to fit the intentions of my page, and then I printed them out using a laser printer so that I don't have to worry about any problems with the ink smudging when I adhere it to my page. So I'm using golden matte medium to attach the images, and to begin with I've selected some old scripts which I've torn into pieces to form part of my background. Next I'm going to paint over some of those pieces, and for this I've chosen a Prima metallic paint in Vintage Rose. And here are the other Graphicstock images. These particular images are called grunge halftone hearts. If you are interested in locating those, you can just do a search on the Graphicstock site. And you can organise your images into folders as well. I didn't mention that previously, but it's a very handy tool if you're not 100% sure which images you want to use, so you can just save them into folders and then download whichever ones you want and keep the others for another time. So again, I'm using golden matte medium on these, and you'll notice that one of the hearts I have cut into half like a broken heart. You can see here that I've started to add some detail to those hearts, so I used a micron pen and a ruler to draw some lines and make the hearts appear as though they are hanging down the page, and I'm also using a charcoal pencil to outline those hearts and create some shadow and depth. I'm just smudging the charcoal with a cotton bud. Next, I want to add some borders to my page, and again I'm using a Graphicstock image. This is a scallop border, and if you wanted to use this image, the image file on Graphicstock is called Retro Dividers. I'm applying it again using some golden matte medium. . Next, I want to add some more detail into the background, so I'm choosing to add some very small heart stamped images. This particular heart is by Invoke Arts, and I'm using it with archival ink in black. Next, I'm working with two different text images. One of them says expired and has a grunge style font to it, and there were a lot of different words on the Graphics.doc site that I could have used here. Some of the other words that they had in this kind of style were things like approved, original, top secret, priority. There were all kinds of different words, and I did save quite a few of them to one of my folders there so that I can use them for other projects. But the one that I chose for today that I thought would look good with the broken heart image was the expired, and this is almost looking like it's stamped over the top of the circle design that says lifetime warranty. And I also stamped one of the black hearts in the middle of that circle, and you can just see it peeking out there. Next, I'm taking a black Posca paint pen, and this is so that I can darken up that border. The laser printer that I used, the ink is not particularly dark black, so I wanted everything to be darkened up so that it pops from that red background and provides contrast against the white on the hearts as well. So I go over the borders, both top and bottom. I go over the stamped heart images, and I also go around the heart images that have been printed out as well. Here I've decided I want to add some further detail to the heart strings, so I've drawn out some circles in various sizes using a pencil, and I'm just going over these now with a micron pen. I then use a white Posca paint pen to fill those in and outline them once again to bring back the definition of the black outline. And this is just going to add some additional detail to those strings which looked a little bit bare on their own, and it's also going to stick to the colour scheme of the red, white and black. And once I've finished adding the detail to the heartstrings, I decide to add further white detail with the Posca paint pen. So I'm adding some very tiny dots along both the top and bottom page border, and then I also extend the same detail to the black stamped hearts. And as a final step on today's page, I'm going back to the charcoal pencil and I'm smudging some charcoal into the two sides of the page where there is no border, so that there is some kind of border all the way around and it makes everything look more cohesive. That is the end of today's project. I hope you enjoyed watching. Don't forget, if you'd like to take advantage of a free 7-day trial subscription with Graphicstock, there is a link in the video description. There is also a link, as always, to the full product list, including the names of the Graphicstock files that I used in today's project. If you are inspired to create something using Graphicstock images, be sure to upload and share it using the hashtag #CreatorToCreator. That's all for today. I will see you again soon.